In this episode, we're going to be entering the world of pure imagination. We're going to be doing the time warp. This is my choice of the top 5 musical movies, and that show starts now. Welcome, everybody. I'm Alex Figueroa. Before we get started, please hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, smash that bell button so every time new videos are out, Tuesdays and Fridays, you guys will be notified. Before we get right into the episode, these are my honorable mentions that did not make the cut. Enjoy.
It wasn't until later, when I was washing the blood off my hands, I even knew they were dead. They had it coming. They had it coming. They had it coming. They had it coming. They had it coming all along. I didn't do it, but if I done it, how could you tell me that I was wrong?
Heard your princess was a sight lovely to see, and that good people is why he got dolled up and dropped by. I'm on the job, you big nabob. You ain't never had a friend, never had a friend. You ain't never had a friend, never had a friend. You ain't never had a friend. You ain't never had a friend like me.
Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a land that I heard of once in a lullaby.
You're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. To find he is a wizard, a whiz, if ever a whiz there was. If ever a whiz there was, the Wizard of Oz is one because of the wonderful things he does.
Summer loving had me a blast.
Summer loving happens so fast.
I met a girl crazy for me.
Met a boy cute as can be.
Summer days drifting away to other summer nights. Breeze like in your body up the corner of my eye. Breeze like in your coast into the heat lamp trials. You are supreme, the chicks are cream for grease lightning.
There you have it. Those are my honorable mentions. I know there's a lot of big name titles in this honorable cut, but I assure you, continue watching the episodes. You're going to enjoy my top 5. But let's get right into the episode now. But let's start off with my number 5 from 1986, Little Shop of Horrors. That's right, starring Rick Moranis as a florist that finds a plant in his basement, I believe, and basically to feed the damn plant, he has to feed it blood. And in order to do that, he has to kill people. And then you have the twist at the end where the plant is trying to eat him and his girlfriend. That's pretty much the whole movie while he's trying to impress Audrey. I think that was the name of the main character that he was falling in love with and wants to be his girlfriend. So that's pretty much the gist of the movie. But the reason why this is my number 5 is because the musical numbers on this is amazing. And it's an all-star cast. You have Bill Murray. You have Steve Martin, John Candy. There's a lot of 80s actors here from Saturday Night Live and big comedy legends in this film. But sit back and enjoy because I'm going to give you guys a medley of the Little Shop of Horrors from 1986. So enjoy.
Like shooting puppies with a BB gun. I'd poison guppies, and when I was done, I'd find a pussycat and bash its head. That's when my mama said,
What did she say?
she said, my boy, I think someday you'll find a way to make your natural tendencies pay. You'll be a dentist. You have a talent for causing things. Son, be a dentist. People will pay you to be inhumane.
There you have it, guys. That's my number 5, Little Shop of Horrors from 1986. But let's get into my number 4, and it's Rocky Horror Picture Show from 1975. Now, the reason I chose this because when I was in the 90s, when I found this in the store, and when I picked up the movie, I was like, what the hell is this? And when I brought it home and I put it on, I was like, holy crap. Me and my friends were like, this is an awesome movie. It's a funny movie. I mean, you find that Meatloaf is there. You find Susan Sarandon. You got Tim Curry as the main lead. And you're like, holy crap. I'm like, this movie's pretty awesome. It's weird for its time. You're like, holy crap, this is so ahead of its time in terms of storylines and all this. But pretty much the music is on par. The music is catchy. And it's very great fan participation. You can participate with the damn film too, which they did in the 70s all the way through the 80s. You could go to the movie theater and participate with the movie and dress like them and throw stuff at the screen and have fun with the film. And this is what this film is all about. It's about having fun. And it's so good. The music is very cool. I mean, I've sometimes played on Halloween, the Time Warp. Now, guys, sit back and enjoy because I'm going to give you guys my medley of Rocky Horror Picture Show. And throughout this, I'm going to throw some fun facts in these videos so you guys can enjoy while you're listening and watching. So sit back and enjoy Rocky Horror Picture Show from 1975.
To the left. With your hands on your hips. Climbed in the back seat, really had a good time. I was really blessed with soul.
There you have it, guys. I hope you enjoy my little medley of Rocky Horror Picture Show from 1975. But let's get into my number 3, The Greatest Showman from 2017, starring Hugh Jackman, Zac Efron, and Michelle Williams. Look, this story has a great mixture of storytelling, visual, and music score. I mean, the leads all kill it, from Zac Efron to Michelle Williams and to Hugh Jackman, all singing in this soundtrack. So that's what makes it so appealing and inspirational. I mean, the film itself is about a guy, a Barnum, which is about actually the Barnum and Bailey circus, but they kind of gave it the Hollywood finesse to it. Because the actual Barnum story, he's a douche and a half, but they twisted it, they made him likable, and then they made him more happier, like he had a goal and he saw his vision come to life. And that's what pretty much this movie's about. And hope also, because you're going from a poor to the richest. And I mean, the poor of the poor, and then he got to the highest of the highs, and then of course he gets smacked right back down to reality. But in reality, this movie is so good and inspirational. I'm not even gonna lie to you. This channel was pretty much in a thought after watching The Greatest Showman. I started thinking about this channel on its own. This is basically the birth of this channel. Ultra HD came from The Greatest Showman. And it's crazy to say that. I mean, I did other projects, but in all, my vision of Ultra HD Geek came from The Greatest Showman. So that's pretty cool to say. But yeah, in terms of the music score is phenomenal. And they re-imaged it too. So instead of having the cast singing the music, they came out with a newer version that had real musicians singing. Pink is singing. I think the Panic at the Disco guy are singing in the actual soundtrack, but those don't sound good except Pink. But the actual soundtrack for the movie is phenomenal. But guys, sit back and enjoy The Greatest Showman from 2017. Check it out.
Every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head, a million dreams keeping me awake. I think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take. Oh, a million dreams for the world we're gonna make.
How do we rewrite the stars? Say you were made to be mine. Nothing can keep us apart. 'Cause you are the one I was meant to find. It's up to you, and it's up to me. No one can say what we get to be. Why don't we rewrite the stars? Changing the world to be ours.
Colossal, we come, these renegades in the ring. Where the lost get found, every crown of the circus kings.
Don't fight it, it's coming for you, running at you. It's only this moment, don't care what comes after. It's blinding, outshining anything that you know. Just surrender 'cause you're coming and you want to go. Where it's covered in all the light. Where the runaways are running the night. Impossible comes true.
Intoxicating you.
This is the greatest show.
There you have it, guys. That is The Greatest Showman from 2017. I hope you enjoyed it. It's a great movie if you haven't seen it. But let's get into my number two. My number two. Growing up, I used to sit with my dad in front of the TV, and every time this movie came on Channel 11, I used to sit down and have a lot of time. And this influenced me growing up. And this is Blues Brothers from 1980, starring Dan Aykroyd and John Belushi. And let me just tell you, this movie's so great. And I think in terms of rock or blues, it's one of the best musicals of that gender because you have all the legends in this movie. You got Aretha Franklin, you got Ray Charles, you got the Minnie Moocher. You have so many great legends of the blues community in this movie. It can never be replicated. That's why when they came out with the Blues Brothers 2000, should have never happened. It was a piece of crap. I mean, John Belushi was dead by then. And all those legends that they try to recreate, it did not work recreating something that was so magical at that time period of the 1980s. But anyway, the plot of this movie was basically John Belushi's character comes out of prison and they want to put the band together. So they go to a church and all of a sudden they see the light and basically they want to put the band together. And that's pretty much it. And it's a cool adventure, but throughout the adventure, you get this great musical blues score from all these greatest artists that ever lived in this one motion picture. So guys, sit back and enjoy what we never gonna hear ever again in our generation, the greatest musicians of blues in one film. So check out Blues Brothers from 1980.
Well, I heard about the fella you've been dancing with all over the neighborhood. So why didn't you ask me, baby? Or didn't you think I could? Well, I know that the boogaloo is out of sight, but the shing-a-ling's a thing tonight. But if that was you and me out there, baby, I would have shown you how to do it right. Do it right. Uh-huh. Do it right. Do it right. See you shake your tail feather. Come on, let me see you shake your tail feather. Come on, let me see you shake your tail feather.
Think about what you're trying to do to me. Yeah, 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 yeah. But your mind won't let yourself be free. You need me, and I need you. Without each other, ain't nothing we can do. Yeah, yeah. Think about it, baby. To the bone now. Think about it right now. Oh, freedom, 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 yeah, freedom.
The water said, buddy, don't you be no square. You can't get a partner, use a wooden chair.
Let's rock. Everybody, let's rock.
Everybody on the old bell block was dancing and singing around right, yeah.
There you have it, guys. That is my number 2 Blues Brothers from 1980. Now you see one of my influences as a person, like how I grew up. That is one of the movies. All right, guys. So this is my number 1 movie. I mean, growing up with this movie, this is another movie that influenced me, is Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory from 1971. Gene Wilder is amazing in this movie. Singing-wise, he's amazing too. And I have every variation of this movie between Blu-rays, DVDs, and VHSs. I don't believe it came out yet on 4K, but I will get it anyway if it comes out. Because to me, it's such an impactful movie. Basically, the movie's about Charlie Bucket and his family. Charlie Bucket was a poor kid, couldn't afford that much stuff. His mom used to clean clothes for a living. They do soup, cabbage soup, and bread to eat every day. Then he has 4 grandparents that just stays in bed for years and years without moving. And pretty much one day, Willy Wonka wanted to open up his chocolate factory to all the kids. So he threw out some golden tickets on all these chocolate bars and people were going crazy. And Charlie brought, I think, one and didn't have it. So one day coming home from school or work, he basically found a quarter in the sewer, picked it up, went to the candy and brought a scrumdiddlyumptious or whatever you want to call it, and brought another candy bar for like 10 cents or something. And inside of a regular Wonka bar, he found a golden ticket. And guess what? The rest is history. He found the golden ticket, him and Grandpa. While Grandpa was in bed for like 60 years, he finally gets up and goes, hey, I'm going to go to the freaking chocolate factory. And guess what, guys? He goes in and guess what? He wins the damn factory at the end of the whole movie. But the whole point of the movie is it's just an amazing flick. And I think that to me as number 1, and look, honestly, to me, there's never a number 1 of anything. It's your opinion and what you think is number 1. This is just my choices. Like I said, I could have put Bruce Brothers number 1, but I decided to go with Willy Wonka. But again, that is, like I said, it's basically a matter of opinion. Whatever movie. It could be Grease. It could be whatever. I mean, Grease could have been in my top 5, but I don't watch Grease that much. So why am I going to throw it into my top 5? But guys, before I keep ranting on and on about musicals, movies and stuff, check out Willy Wonka from 1971. And this is the medley from Willy Wonka.
Candyman.
Willy Wonka can.
The Candyman can. The Candyman can, 'cause he mixes it with love and makes the world taste good. And the world tastes good 'cause the Candyman thinks it should.
'Cause I've got a golden ticket. I've got a golden ticket. I've got a golden chance to make my way. And with a golden ticket, it's a golden day.
Come with me, and you'll be in a world of pure imagination. Take a look, and you'll see into your imagination. We'll begin with a spin, traveling in the world of my creation. What we'll see will defy.
Loompa doompa dee doo. I've got another puzzle for you. Oompa loompa doompa dee dee. If you are wise, you'll listen to me. Who do you blame when your kid is up? Rat, pampered and spoiled like a Siamese cat. Blaming the kids is a lion-nut. Shame, you know exactly who's to blame. The mother and the father. Oompa, loompa, doompa Oompa-dee-da. If you're not spoiled, then you will go far. You will live in happiness too. Like the Oompa Loompa Loompa-dee-doo.
There you have it, everyone. This is my number one, Willy Wonka Chocolate Factory from 1971. Now, again, don't rip me in the comments or nothing, because, again, this is a matter of opinion. I know a lot of people would pick Grease as their number one, or they would pick, I don't know, there's so many films out there, Little Mermaid, Lion King. The list goes on about musicals, La La Land, which I never even seen, but that's Mamma Mia. There's so many musical scores. This is just the movies that I grew up with, more influenced me as growing up into an adult. Blues Brothers could have been my number one. I went with Willy Wonka because I have more memories with me and my dad sitting in front of the TV watching this. Whereas Blues Brothers was pretty much me and going, wow, this music is amazing. And then from there, I just went into playing guitar. And from music, played in a rock band. And all that came from Blues Brothers. From Blues Brothers, it just spawned into meeting my friends that I hang out with that play music or they're in bands. So that's why I'm saying my number one would be Willy Wonka, with my memories of me and my dad in front of that TV. But again, if whatever choices you guys make, that is cool. Please leave a comment down below. Let me know what is your number one musical movie of all time if you want. Or what did you think of this musical movie top 5 list? You can say, hey, it sucked, or yeah, I kind of agree with you on some of this, but you should have added this. I'm cool with that. I'm always here to hear what you guys think about my list of movies or my reviews. And again, please subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, and smash that bell button, and turn on those notifications so when new movies come out or new movie reviews come out, Tuesdays and Fridays, you guys will be notified. Until then, geek out.